Think you're smarter than a doctor? Let's find out. Which bone is the longest in the human body? Tibia, humerus, or femur? The femur can support several times your body weight. Which disease is characterized by progressive memory loss? Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, or diabetes? Alzheimer's mainly affects memory and thinking skills over time. Which organ pumps blood through the body? Heart, liver, or kidney? Your heart beats about 100,000 times every day. Which dangerous condition can be caused by prolonged extreme cold? Anemia, hypertension, or hypothermia? Hypothermia happens when body temperature drops dangerously low. What is another name for the shoulder blade? Scapula, clavicle, or sternum? The scapula connects the upper arm to the collarbone. How many bones are in the adult human body? 198, 210, or 206? Adults typically have 206 bones in total. Which muscle is most visible when you flex your upper arm? Triceps, biceps, or deltoid? The biceps helps bend the elbow and rotate the forearm. Which part of the body hurts during a migraine? Head, back, or stomach? Migraines often cause intense pain on one side of the head. Which part of the eye controls the amount of light entering? Iris, retina, or cornea? The iris gives your eyes their color. How long can neurons live? For a few months? Only 10 years? Or for the entire life of the organism? Many neurons can last for your entire lifetime. Which organ produces insulin? Liver, pancreas, or gallbladder? The pancreas also helps regulate blood sugar levels. In which part of the body is the deltoid muscle located? Leg, shoulder, or back? The deltoid is the rounded muscle that covers the shoulder. Which medical procedure is used to collect a tissue sample for analysis? Biopsy, X-ray, or ultrasound? A biopsy helps doctors examine cells under a microscope. Which bone protects the brain? Skull, rib cage, or femur? The skull is made up of 22 bones. Which chamber of the heart pumps oxygenated blood to the body? Right ventricle, left ventricle, or left atrium? The left ventricle is the heart's strongest chamber. Which element is essential for producing thyroid hormones? Iodine, iron, or calcium? Iodine is commonly added to table salt. Which organs filter waste from the blood? Spleen, lungs, or kidneys? Your kidneys filter roughly 50 gallons of blood each day. Which organ stores urine? Bladder, kidneys, or the liver? The bladder can hold about half a liter of urine comfortably. Which metal is the main component of hemoglobin? Calcium, iron, or copper? Iron gives blood its characteristic red color. Which organs are mainly responsible for breathing? Stomach, kidneys, or lungs? The lungs contain millions of tiny air sacs called alveoli. Which hormone is associated with stress? Cortisol, adrenaline, or insulin? Cortisol helps your body respond to stressful situations. Which pigment gives skin its color? Keratin, hemoglobin, or melanin? Melanin also helps protect the skin from ultraviolet rays. Which disease can result from iron deficiency? Anemia, diabetes, or hepatitis? Anemia can cause fatigue and the shortness of breath. How many liters of blood does an average adult have? Between 8 and 9 liters? Between 2 and 3, or between 5 and 6? An average adult has approximately 5 liters. Which part of the body connects muscles to bones? Cartilage, ligament, or tendon? Tendons are strong bands of connective tissue. What is the largest organ in the human body? Skin, liver, or lungs? Your skin accounts for about 15% of your body weight. What is the first vertebra of the spine called? Axis, sacrum, or atlas? The atlas supports the skull and allows you to nod. Which organ is inflamed in conjunctivitis? Eye, liver, or lung? Conjunctivitis is commonly known as pink eye. Which vitamin is produced when skin is exposed to sunlight? Vitamin C, vitamin D, or vitamin B12? Your skin produces vitamin D when exposed to sunlight. Which hormone helps you sleep? Insulin, cortisol, or melatonin? Melatonin is released mainly in the dark. Which part of the brain controls balance? Cerebellum, hypothalamus, or amygdala? The cerebellum fine-tunes movement and coordination. How many bones are in a human hand? 30, 25, or 27? More than a quarter of the body's bones are in the hands. Which blood cell carries oxygen? Red blood cell, white blood cell, or platelet? Red blood cells contain hemoglobin. Which part of the nervous system includes the brain and spinal cord? Peripheral, central, or autonomic nervous system? The central nervous system is the body's control center. Which muscle separates the thoracic cavity from the abdominal cavity? Trapezius, biceps, or diaphragm? The diaphragm is the main muscle used for breathing. Which structure prevents food from entering the trachea? Larynx, esophagus, or epiglottis? The epiglottis closes when you swallow. Which cells help the blood clot after an injury? White blood cells, red blood cells, or platelets? Platelets gather at the site of a wound. Which disease is caused by high blood sugar levels? Flu, anemia, or diabetes? Diabetes affects how the body regulates blood sugar. Which medical specialty studies the hormonal system? Endocrinology, neurology, or urology? Endocrinology focuses on glands and hormones. How many pairs of cranial nerves are there? 14, 10, or 12? Cranial nerves connect the brain directly to the head and neck. Did you beat the doctor? Share your score in the comments and choose another quiz to keep testing your knowledge.